Glad you could make it. You are listening to the video recording of a live broadcast. You can stay up to date on our schedule and catch us live by checking out the links in the description below. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Visit links.chaoticallybalanced.com for more info. If you would like to support us further and get access to exclusive content on Ko-fi, you can visit chaoticallybalanced.com/support. Now that we are done with that, it's time to start the adventure. Welcome, fellow adventurers, nerds, and neurodivergents. Sit back, stay hydrated, and prepare yourselves for tonight's adventure. We had starting a little late because we had to do a refresher for all of our players on this session. It is another mini-series one-shot type session because we are down a player currently. This session was run like 6 months ago, so everyone's going to need a refresher. This was the Shadows of Conflict. The opening of this session and of this campaign was who really rules this kingdom? Who's really in control of each of these lands? Who stokes the fires of conflict? Criminals, renegades, rebels? Find out who rules the shadows of the world within Etheros. Last time, after some introductions and negotiations, the group of mercenaries were told that they must drop into a landing zone within a forest. Some opt to take the small landing craft. 2 others determined that they would rather fly down. After some hiccups, they were able to get to the surface, not without some people throwing up. They ran into an ambush and were able to fight their way out of it. In doing so, they saved someone who was going to be executed by the commander who hired them. They learned that this is a group of commoners, potentially rebels, but mostly refugees and just general people standing up to the corruption of the kingdom. They also learned where the camp was located. Convincing Commander Zycar to hear out the individuals, the group now decides how to proceed, regardless of what they have been told or hired to do. Let's get just so now we pick up in the middle of the forest. You all are just coming off combat. I'm looking for forest sounds that I apparently don't have. This one will work. Nanook, you had just stopped the commander from executing your temporary ally.
Can you ping the commander on the map real quick?
Yeah, so the commander's back here.
Okay. And where's the guy he was about to kill?
That's Kevon.
Ah, okay.
Kevon.
Now, Kevon is he's just a random bandit, or?
You saw him cast some kind of magic at Ophelia and then and shout some words at her. How proficient are you with magics? Not.
I am not.
Yeah, he said some words, cast some magic, did some hand signs, and you didn't really see much happen to Ophelia.
Can I insight him to get a feel for his intentions?
Sure.
All right. That's not bad.
And Kivon, you can roll either persuasion or deception. Ooh,
Yeah, inspiration.
go ahead. Because that was a natural one.
Oh,
Ooh. He doesn't seem to be much of a threat to you at the moment. It's
right.
more so he's trying to survive.
All right. So I'm going to walk up to him, kind of imposing like, but I'm not proficient in intimidation. So him trying to look imposing doesn't really look imposing. But he'll walk up to you and say, what are you doing? You're not doing anything weird, are you?
What do you mean by weird? You guys kind of just saved me. They were about to execute me, and
Yeah, but you tried to do something to, and he's going to point to Ophelia.
I just, I was just trying to help out her. Just gave her a little bit of inspiration. Just told her she was doing a good job.
Ophelia, you okay?
She just waves her wing at you.
Yeah. Just know that I'm watching you.
I mean,
and then he'll say that, and then he'll leap up on the ridge over here and start walking towards the other guy, but still kind of narrowing his eyes at Kevon.
got my eyes on you as well. And giving the 2 fingers to the eyes to pointing at him back. Like, yeah,
Can I investigate him? Kind of understand, like,
what do you want to investigate about him?
essentially, I'm giving him the once over, like, looking him up and down, trying to determine if there's anything that I can learn about him, like maybe where he came from, any of his background. Just kind of, again, because I'm pretty good at investigation, so I'm wondering if there's anything that I can glean.
I mean, you could roll an investigation check. It'd be more of a passive, like a passing glance, and less of you're patting him down like a police officer.
Okay, so
but
if
you
we're
could roll an
using,
investigation.
well, I mean, you let me know, because I have a pretty high passive investigation. I've got a 26
Go off
for
of that,
passive investigation.
because that's more what it would use as your passive, just a glance.
Yeah.
And like an active one would be like telling him to spread his legs and lift his arms up, and you're patting him down and looking in all his pockets.
Yeah, not doing all that.
So on passing, when you're just walking up and trying to intimidate him, though, to be fair, Ophelia is probably more intimidating than you are, and she's just standing there.
Yeah.
Let me
He's
see.
big. That's all he is. He's big, but he's really a teddy bear.
Yeah. He seemed like there's no distinguishing marks on Kevon. Commoner clothes, very simple equipment, nothing crazy, no crazy armor or anything really. He's got this a lute, this musical instrument. You're not quite sure which. It has strings. It plays music. He's pretty good with it. You've come across bards in your mercenary work, so you can presume that he's probably a bard of some sort.
Okay.
Based off of that, because of your investigation, that would then lead you to think that his crazy magic thing that he did to Ophelia was just like an inspiration of some kind, like trying to buff her a little bit.
I got you.
But he just looks like common folk, like your everyday dude.
All right. With that, he'll kind of, loosen up the gaze on him, and then just continue start walking towards the leader who tried to kill him.
Yeah, the commander, Commander Zycar tried killing him, and one of his own people actually dragged him out of the bush and tried killing him.
Tried killing Kevon?
Yeah, because he was introduced by being dragged out of a bush.
All right. So before I start walking over to the commander, I'm looking down at Kevon from here. Why are they trying to kill you?
Because I tried to escape the refugee camp.
But why would they want to kill you for doing that? That's what I don't understand.
Because we either listen to them or death.
That sounds less like a refugee camp and more like a prison camp.
I mean, tomato. It's all in the way that, it's all in the eye of the beholder. However you look at it.
Mylan just said that, right? The gnome?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is Mylan? I can't see her.
She's up here.
Okay. So then, yeah, when Mylan says that, I'll look back at the commander and say, "Any truth to that allegation? You just keeping prisoners?"
It's not my camp.
Oh no, it was. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I mean, if you want to go check out the camp, we just have to follow the guy that got away. I kind of know the way back, but no, I had a sack over my head, but from the times that I did escape and got caught, this kind of looks familiar.
Above table, our goal is to get to the camp.
Originally, you were hired to wipe out the camp.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
No questions asked. Wipe out the camp, and then you ask questions. So.
Yep. So now Nook will look to Mylan as well as to Ophelia, and he'll say, "Shall we go?"
Hold up here. I'm the one that hired you.
Yeah, but your intentions aren't the best. And your information was even less so.
I get my information from the Iron Mist. They are sometimes a little touchy with the information that they hit. No, they enjoy spinning the narrative that helps in their own agenda.
So liars. There's a big difference between bandits and a prison camp.
What she said.
It may be neither. We don't know if Kevon is telling the truth.
We also know that you might not be telling the truth too, so let's go find the truth for ourselves, shall we?
I am the one with the gold. I'm paying you.
Your gold isn't true.
So far, there's...
What was that?
I was avoiding the screaming. So far, there's been a lot more evidence on his side, and she gestures to Kevon, than yours. I mean, he was being chased out, away.
Well, I guess we could go take a look, but we do it carefully. We don't want to get ambushed again.
Agreed.
This ambush seemed to be just a scouting party. The next one may be more vanguard-like individuals.
You're not scared, are you?
I'm cautious. We have no backup here.
Have I ever heard of the Iron Mist?
All of you would know who the Iron Mist is, but you can roll a history check to see how much information you can remember.
$16.
You know what generally most people know about the Iron Mist. They are the military intelligence arm of the kingdom. They report directly to the king, just as the military enforcement arm of the kingdom reports directly to the king. However, the military enforcement arm is led by the heir, the prince, the king's oldest son, whereas the Iron Mist is just led by a politician. People generally keep their distance from the Iron Mist. They don't want to be investigated. They don't want to mess with them. Whereas the Jade Saber is seen more favorably.
So, is it good to say that when the Iron Mist wants something done, it gets done regardless of collateral damage?
There have been rumors of uncouth operations by the Iron Mist, but none of them have proven to be true, and anyone related to said rumors have vanished.
Okay.
But you don't have any further information than that, being outside of a city, let alone running from a camp.
What about the king? Do I know about the king? Do I know if he's a good king, a bad king, dirty king?
King, I believe it's King Wendell. He is a king of the people. Doesn't have any dirty anything that comes out about him, really. He cares for his citizens and tries to do his best to protect them.
All based off the information that he gets.
Correct. He does his own information gathering as well. Every leader has their own inner circle of advisors. So he's not just relying on one source of information, but the primary information gatherers are the Iron Mist.
Okay.
Also, an operation like this wouldn't need the king's approval. Small bandit camps, pennies for the kingdom. It would be relegated down the chain of command.
Oh. It might seem like a small bandit camp, but maybe that's because of how much of a secret of a place it is.
You've been in this forest for a while. You haven't seen a lot of patrols through here. There aren't even a lot of airship routes that go over it. And even still, as deep in the forest as you are, this is a very rural area. They try to stick to main routes of transportation. There's not much of a presence out here. Hence why the kingdom hired a bunch of mercenaries for this job instead of sending in their own soldiers. Well, where are we going?
I think we're following him, and I'll point to Kevon to his village.
Kevon said we were following the guy that's running away.
Can we still see him?
You know what direction he ran off, but you can't still see him. No, he disappeared into the brush.
All right, then I guess we'll start following that pathway, or any tracks or trails that he.
I'm gonna need somebody to make a survival check.
I don't know if I have the most there.
I assume mine is pretty good. I don't know. It's not part of me. I'm sorry. If they were screaming, I had to go.
Your survival is 12, Mylan, because you're a druid.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I thought it might be pretty good.
Yeah.
I
I can roll for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll your survival check for tracking. That's an 18. Using your both innate and trained senses, you're able to pick up on at least the initial trail that this guy left. He moved south, like southwest. So you guys form not really a line, but like a squad. Like you're kind of spread out, a loose formation. You're kind of spread out, but you're still within earshot of each other, moving through this way.
I would be up front just to kind of guard against anything coming at us.
So I'll put you up front. Demi Wild Moon is going to stay towards the back at the rear. The commander is going to be up front with you. And then we're going to put the rest of you in between to make this like loose formation as you move through the forest. Are you... Go ahead.
I'm going to pull out my lute and start playing a little melody and singing a song, thanking them for saving me.
As soon as he pulls out his lute and starts making a noise, I'm going to put a hand over his mouth. Don't do that. You need to be quiet.
So we're moving stealthily?
Yeah. Have you never been in a party like this?
No. Maybe that's why I always get caught. I can't help it. I just want to play music whenever I'm happy.
Time for music and a time for not. And this is the time for not. Just be a little quiet for a while and lead the way.
Everyone's going to need to make a stealth check. That's pretty good at 25.
I have returned.
Can you roll for yourself a stealth check?
Maybe. I disconnected while I escaped. I'll do my best. Come on. Reconnect. Let's go. You can do it.
That's plus something.
No, it's not.
Oh,
What?
I'm not very stealthy.
you have a +7 to your stealth.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
What were you looking at that?
I think deception. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Yes, +7. I'm a dipshit.
That's fine. You're the only one that rolls a failure on stealth. Everyone else passes.
What does
Thanks
it sound
to-
like when a gnome fails stealth? Because she's so tiny.
I rustle the bushes a lot.
Yeah, she's breaking branches and twigs, stepping on dry leaves.
Now Nook just looks at her and says, "Must you get every leaf and twig?"
Do you know how high I have to pick my knees up to get over a leaf?
Now Nook looks at her with a confused look and then picks his knee up. And I assume it, like when he does that, it would go clear over her head.
Almost, yeah.
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 Like it's not very difficult at all.
She gestures to the leaves coming up to her knees.
Again, these are small people problems. Now Nook doesn't understand this, so he just kind of gives her a weird look.
Gotta be quiet.
Now he wants to be quiet.
I just squint my eyes at you.
Since you did the 2 fingers to me, I do the 2 fingers right back to you. Pure silence.
Are we children?
Again, Nalnuk is a big teddy bear. He's just big.
Are we children or are we adults here? Because right now, I think the gnome and the bird are the 2 more mature ones out of all of you.
Quiet, Commander.
The brush is getting thicker and the forest is getting thicker as you're moving away from this clearing. You also have lost sight of any trace of tracks to follow.
Is there any way I could do like a search of the area to investigate if I see any sort of trace that might give clue to where he went, to the direction?
Sure. You could go with a. You can make an investigation check
Oh, okay.
to see.
Can I do the same to see if I notice anything like yeah, this way back to the camp? You know
That
what I mean?
would be a. If you're trying to remember, that would be a history check or survival. I would give you history or survival. Keep on. Oh God, that's a 6. No.
11.
Oh, you added a hero point. Okay.
I got a 26 on my investigation.
That's your passive. You rolled your passive, is what you did.
I did.
No, Kevon, you don't really remember much after the bag was put over your head. It's hard to tell. Now, Nook, you do start seeing. You don't see signs of a trail or a person, but the vegetation is getting thicker and the air is more moist in an area where you don't remember there being a close source of water.
Odd. I think we should go this way. The brush changes a bit. Come on.
All right, but let's stay down. Let's keep our wits about us.
Nanak nods and again tries to hunch over as much as he can, still being like nearly 7 feet tall.
Yeah, you're really tall. It's hard for you to.
It looks comical when he does it.
It's like the Scooby-Doo sneaking.
Yep.
Like that kind of deal.
I'm squatted, moving around like the boss lady from The Incredibles.
Oh.
Like that, the guy on TikTok or whatever that does the impersonation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
The brush is thicker. It's harder to cut through as well because if it's near moisture, it's stronger.
Yep. It is a little bit tougher, but again, Naunuk is strong, so I think he can get through it. But I'll make a check if you need me to.
No, you guys rolled high enough stealth collectively that you can get through the brush. It just takes time. You got to cut a path quietly and then move a few feet and then cut another path and then move a few feet. It's slow going because it's thick. It's like thick forest brush. And then you see it in front of you. Well, yeah, it would be in front of you, but you're kind of approaching it from like the side a little bit.
What do we see?
A camp. A walled camp. Let me fix the vision a little bit.
They had time to build a wall.
I want to.
Is this the camp? Does this camp look familiar?
Yes, this camp does look familiar. This is the camp, Kivon. So you would.
Nope. They've always had that wall.
Come up. And at the front, oh, that's the wrong. Here, I'm going to unhide them. There are 2 guards. You can see from the bushes, and you guys are now knelt in the brush line, kind of hiding, surveying. Now, Nuck, you're the in the front to see this first.
All right, so it's a walled city?
I'm sorry.
You said it's a walled encampment?
It's a walled something. You'd assume that it's some type of encampment. There's a moat around it.
Can we see anything swimming in the moat?
No, you don't really see anything swimming in the moat.
Are there any guards or sentries posted that I can see?
Yeah, so right here at the front, there's a bridge that goes across. And there's 2 guards at the front of that bridge.
Okay. Kevon, does this look familiar?
Yeah. They're
Well,
usually inside though, not outside.
Well, then maybe you should lead the way so that we're not looking like invaders.
Well, they're not gonna welcome me with open arms. You know, I was, as you look at it, a prisoner. But
I'm going to look at. Oh, go ahead.
maybe I can cause a distraction. You guys maybe hide, and I'll stay over here and play my loot and see if I can lure them over here, and you guys ambush them.
Well, wait. I'm going to look at the commander. What do you suggest here?
I mean, Kevon, do you remember how many are inside that are actually armed? I'm assuming there's a bunch of commoners in there.
That are willing to fight back, because a lot of us played the roles and did guard duty because, you know, it's what we had to do. But are we wanting to do it? No. But there's a bunch of us in there that are armed, but not all of
Not
them will
necessarily
attack.
willing to defend the camp.
Correct.
Do we know if these two out front are some of those individuals?
Too far away for me to tell exactly who they are. I just recognize them by their clothes.
Well,
We'll
we should
find out. I
approach
mean,
this as friendlies then and see if they just let us in.
Nanook would sheathe any weapons that he has currently, but he would ready an action to dodge if he is attacked.
Who's the most persuasive here?
Definitely not I.
that would probably be me.
Yeah. Nanook just shakes his head no.
Let me look. Oh, you took expertise in persuasion. Yeah. Then you, since you are also native to this camp, can lead the way. Kevon.
Gladly, because if if they actually want to defend the camp, then they'll attack me on sight. If not, then they'll greet me at least and talk.
Well, we'll
Let's
be
go.
right behind you, so you're not going to be by yourself.
And I'll start leading the way.
So you walk up to the camp. The commander's pretty close behind you. That wild loon's gonna go there. No. Do you want to move up as well, real close?
Yeah, I'll move up with him.
Everyone kind of keep that. Halt! This is a private area. Who are you?
You don't recognize me?
Oh, we thought you were dead.
Well, I was supposed to be, and to be honest, these guys saved me.
And who are these guys?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you that they kind of just fell from the sky.
Now, Nook, you're. This would be perception, though. What is your? Do any of you have a high passive perception?
I think mine is a 15.
Yeah, I'm looking for above a 20. I don't think any of you have a high passive perception.
Nope.
Mylan does. So Mylan, you with your passive perception and just gnome senses would hear rustling across the way in the bushes.
Very low to the ground. I'm used to this. Gnome senses.
Oh, good. Oh. How did you guys get here before me? It's the guy that got away from your encounter.
You.
You know, you guys could just turn around and get out of here before I order this camp to attack you.
Oh,
That's
hi.
the guy that ran away from us?
Yes.
You little.
Hey, the captain's back. Yeah, he looks bloody. Did you guys do this to the captain?
He did it to himself.
Did you happen to take out his friends?
Take them out.
Well, I had to get away somehow.
We were set upon. We defended ourselves.
All right, boys, it looks like our time's come. And they pull out their weapons, and they kind of just approach the injured captain. And he just kind of tries backing up slowly. And then you see what is essentially an enraged bloodbath as they cut him up.
Holy shit. That's not what I was expecting. And now Nook just looks surprised.
And then they throw him into the moat.
Do we see anything in the moat after he gets thrown in?
Yeah, you see splashing and chomps and a pool of blood.
Oh.
Flashing and chomps is what they named the alligators.
I just have a huge grin on my face.
Well, it's only the rest of us that were forced into service in here. What was your name again?
Kevon Lockhart.
You enjoyed performing for everyone when the guards were away.
I pull out the loot and... Yes. I am quite the performer.
We're probably going to have someone to answer to in there about this, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Well, didn't he have a drinking problem?
Who?
The captain.
He did, yes, but he had his second in command is still at camp here, and he might not be too happy with what just happened?
Well, we can make it seem like he fell and, he came out, was drunk and wanted us to drink with him, but went over there and kind of slipped and fell in.
If you think you can persuade him,
I mean,
if not, you all should be prepared for a fight.
If not, at least some of them will be out here to see actually what happened, and then it'll be less of numbers for us to either take on at once.
There's only one person in there that's still loyal to the captain. The rest of us are just kind of surviving. Come on, we'll let you in. And they move in. That's not how I wanted to move all of you. Because you're not going for a swim. So you come in the entrance and you see you're getting a lot of looks from people around the camp. You see a lot of people unarmed, dressed in like commoner clothes. And then this huge, taller than a nook dude comes out of this center structure in very intimidating looking armor. All right. Who are these fellows, and why are you away from the bridge?
We escorted him back. And he points to T-Bone.
Him? He was supposed to be taken for execution.
Why?
Hey, you there. Stop. We think you forgot to like and subscribe. Now we're putting you in dice jail. Just kidding. But if you are enjoying the show, share it with your friends. Subscribing, liking, and reviewing also helps bring others to our doorstep. You can also head over to chaoticallybalanced.com/support, linked in the description below, and get access to exclusive content through Coffee. Now that that's cleared up, let's get back to the adventure.
Playing unauthorized instruments.
You only certain instruments are authorized here. What is this place? And as he says that, he's just going to look around.
Well, what do you think it is? We're providing protection to these people.
Which people is he talking about?
There's a bunch of commoners in here, so all these little, and there's more in tents that you can't see.
Even when they don't want it?
They wanted it when they came begging to us for help with the bandit problem.
That doesn't mean you can imprison them forever.
They're not imprisoned.
What do the dispositions look like on these people?
Skeptical of you all. When they look over at the one who's talking, a little fearful. Angry. None of them are really malnourished or anything. They're at least not being starved.
And what's the state of this place? Like the condition? Is it decently maintained or?
Yeah, there's no real wear and tear on much of the stuff or the structures. The only permanent structure is the center one. The rest of them are just in tent or like on the ground near campfires.
And who was the guy that was talking?
Who is feasibly in charge now, since their captain is one with the moat.
Can you ping them? Okay. I guess now I know if we're gonna ask, how long have you all been protecting these people?
Ah, a few months now, hasn't it been? Though our camp has fluctuated in size as of late.
As you apparently kill members for instrument use.
No, he was just supposed to be taken on a walk.
Oh, fancy that. And I suppose I'm the queen of all of the lands, isn't it?
What are you guys really doing here?
We've been asked to look at the state of this camp, and
What
what
are
I can
you
see-
guys really doing here?
Well, you're traveling with a commander from the kingdom.
And you've set up an illegal post here.
we're just here to ascertain the whereabouts and the status of this encampment. If you've
Oh,
already
well.
protected these people, perhaps you should leave. Let them fend for themselves.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if something happened to them after I left.
Can I insight that?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna inspiration that.
Okay.
Ah! Fuck. All right, one more time. That's better. I'm gonna hero point that too.
Okay.
Eh, 21.
He is being sarcastic.
Clearly sarcastic. Somehow I don't think that you care too much about what these people, the well-being of these people.
I've kept them fed. I've kept them protected.
So since you've done such a bang-up job, perhaps you can move on to something else now. Let them take care of themselves.
I could. Or I could pay you double what the kingdom's paying, and you could help me grow this into a independent village.
Is that
I
what the
don't-
people here want? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Locke.
I'm not Lala.
I know. I tried to catch myself right. I'm like, crap.
It's okay. Yeah, I don't think you could possibly pay us the amount of having every nearby kingdom trying to destroy this place as you make yourself king.
The king's not the real king.
And I'm
You-
Robin Hood.
You can't do much better than he can.
No, but I have friends. They could do better than he can.
Would you like to hear a tale about your friend?
Oh, not that friend. No, I have more powerful friends.
Bonnie King of England? Your friends will not save you. They aren't here. And you cannot just make a kingdom in the middle of this land.
No, but I could steal a kingdom. By the way, where'd that commander go that you were traveling with?
Irrelevant.
Well, I was gonna tell you, but you didn't want to hear it, so.
Is he no longer in eyesight?
You look around, and throughout this conversation, he seems to have disappeared.
He was useless anyway.
Fine. If you want the camp, I will give you the camp.
What's the catch?
The catch is I'm taking the people.
We should ask the people what they want. And then I will turn to look at the villagers, and in a loud voice I say, please speak up for yourselves. What do you desire?
So as you do that, you see a bunch of other commoners come out of tents around the camp. One second, I'm trying to get all of them. As well as another dude back here. You hear a little mumbling throughout the crowd. They're kind of looking at each other. They look uncertain. See? They're fine with me being here.
I didn't hear them say anything.
Exactly.
In my experience, when people don't speak up, it's usually because of fear.
Consent is a yes, not an incoherent mumbling.
All of a sudden, you see something happen to his suit as he just kind of becomes I'm going to say incapacitated. And then you see your commander pop up behind him.
I guess he should have been worried about you.
He holds up a couple canisters of this purple pink mist in a glass canister. Well, I guess I know what powers his suit.
Purple juice?
It's not liquid. It's mist.
Yes.
He kicks him over, and now he's prone. He's just prone and incapacitated because he can't move his suit. And he's yelling, calling for help. He's basically having an immovable temper tantrum on the ground. You see commoners start walking up to him. all those that were around the camp that were armed drop their or sheath their weapons. And then you see this kind of imposing figure walk up to the center here. Oh, yes. Thank you. I was the elder of these tribes people before we had requested assistance. Unfortunately, assistance came with a cost. You all have seemed to have freed us from these terrible people.
Who sent us here again? I know, like, that's the captain or whatever, but, like, who hired him again?
Who hired who?
Who's, like, above the captain? Like, who wanted us to come out here?
You were hired by the Jade Saber.
The Jade Saber.
Yes.
So wanted to ask the elder then any reason why the Jade Saber would want you destroyed?
I think they have some misinformation. That, or it's this guy's doing, and he kicks the incapacitated armored dick.
Just your average everyday toolbox.
I
That's a shame.
don't know what he was working on in his hut here, but there was always some mumbling and whispering and weird magics coming from it.
Oh, perhaps we'll have a look-see, as long as that's all right. We're invited in.
I mean, you have given us our freedom back. It's the least we could do, but I think we should dispose of this individual here first.
Do you want to throw him in the moat?
Can I insight the old man talking?
Sure, go ahead and insight check him. You're suspicious of everybody.
I am. That's 24. You know what? Before you answer, I'm going to hero point that.
Okay. What are you inciting him for exactly? What are you trying to read off of him?
All right, so 28 total. I'm trying to determine if he's hiding anything from us, as far as if he's withholding information, if he perhaps might have some ulterior motives here.
He seems genuinely thankful for your assistance in freeing them. Doesn't seem to be hiding an ulterior motive. They just seem like peaceful tribes people that were taken advantage of.
Okay. Knowing that, Nanook's expression would lighten up a bit, and yeah, he'd follow him inside.
However, the quick execution of this individual versus questioning is concerning.
Yes. And okay, so cool. So he'll still follow him inside, but again, keeping his head on a swivel because something doesn't feel quite right. Again, based on how quick they were to just get rid of this guy.
Well, they did. He's not dead yet. He's still breathing. He's still alive.
But their willingness to just, take him out like that.
Yeah,
that's rubbing me the wrong way. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll dispose of this brigand. You guys can go inside.
No, you didn't know.
There's been a lot of killing. Is that absolutely necessary? Can't you just restrain him?
He's restrained. He's on
You
the ground.
say that as the axe comes down on his head.
Ooh.
The commander drew his axe as he was saying, "I'll take care of this guy."
Wait, the
Man.
commander, not the chief?
Not the elder, the commander.
Elder, yes.
Yeah. Commander Zycar just beheaded him.
What the fuck, commander?
Indeed.
They wanted him executed. We were here to take care of a bandit problem. Bandit problem taken care of.
Look,
I'll
you
turn
take
it.
the no questions thing a little too seriously.
Is that a problem?
Yes.
Well, I'd say you guys, mission accomplished. Thanks.
Nano just narrows his eyes.
Yeah, we can make our way back to the airship if you like, and I'll have the Iron Mist come back out here to follow up.
No thanks. We have questions.
For whom?
For
You weren't paid to ask questions. You were paid to take care of the bandit problem.
Well,
well, if
do a
the
little bit
problem's
more than
over,
what we're
I'm
seeing.
off the clock and I do what I want.
Nanook would go with the village leader.
You're not off the clock yet. You haven't gotten payment yet.
I very rarely get paid while on the clock. That's just not how banking works. Besides, like you said, we were being paid to get rid of a bandit problem. Bandit problem solved. I wasn't paid to continue to take orders from you.
You haven't been paid yet, though.
And what, you're going to deny me because once the problem was solved, I took a stroll around a neighborhood? Get real.
Could say this is now a investigative crime scene for authorities to handle, and we have no need for mercenaries anymore.
And yet these mercenaries are quite talented.
And yet, you think that you're the one with the authority to make that decision.
I mean, I am a commander, and I am carrying all of the badges and documents that we require.
Elder, do you care about his badges and documents?
Well, he did disable the big guy there for us.
That's simply because he jumps the axes.
I'm gonna let him look around here, Commander. This is, after all, my village.
Would you look at that? Permission from a government. Adieu. She'll start walking in.
The commander grumbles to himself. And then begins dragging this body over the bridge.
Commander, do you mind if I help?
I got it. If you'd like to pick up the feet, though, you can.
I pick up the feet and follow.
Right. You get over to the bridge. All right, we're gonna do a swing, a 1, 2, 3 swing.
Okay. So on 3, we're letting go?
Yes.
Okay.
On 1, he lets go, and I need you to make an athletics check.
That's a 12.
What a bastard.
You fall into the moat with the armored individual.
Is there a current? Like, is it
No, it's
still
stagnant.
water? So I just immediately get to the water and try to get to the rocks because I know there's crocs because I seen the other guy get chomped.
So you get
Or
over to the rocks. Because you don't have blood coming off of your body, you're not targeted. The armored guy is targeted, and it's not crocs or alligators. It's these small piranha-like fish.
oh, that was Muddy Lab chomp before for a piranha, little tiny fish.
But like a bunch of them. And you get back up, and the commander has vanished from the bridge again.
Damn, I wanted to talk to him real quick, and he tricked me. So by chance, the would they have met is supposed to go after the other bandit camp that we were running from, that we came here for quote unquote safety? Above table.
No, this was the main target.
Okay.
Do you make your way back? Yeah. Okay. The rest of you do see Kivon help the commander get the individual into the moat. And then the individual's just gone. And the commander's gone.
He didn't come back in here?
No, you don't see him at least, and Kivon is by himself and wet.
Yeah, I was asking these three gentlemen right here as I came past them.
No, they just shake their heads no.
Oh, I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind when I see him. Take my loot and I gonna like bat the water out of it and start playing it a little bit to like dry the strings off.
The elder does lead you into this center structure here. I haven't been in here in, well, months. He changed it around a little bit, redecorated. Not sure quite what he was doing in here.
Redecorated. What's different?
All my tribal and heirlooms are off the walls in here. I don't know what he did with them. The walls are plain now. He put some of these furniture things and armor stands in here. There's a bed. And this big carpet in the center wasn't here before either.
Mylan will move the carpet. That's what we're looking for. It's something fucking suspicious.
It's difficult for you to move. It is a very thick, heavy carpet.
Then she'll nudge.
And its
somebody bigger.
diameter is larger than you are tall.
She'll nudge the big guy. Or the big lady, whoever's available. We don't have a big lady, do we? Oh, yeah.
You do. I mean, you have Demi Wild Moon. She is big.
Okay. Whoever's closer. One of the big fellas. Help me move this.
Now, Nook, do you offer assistance as you see Mylan struggling to move this thick rug?
Initially, all right, so she's making like dirty jokes and whatnot as she's moving this thing. So he just kind of sneaks over and is like, I'm sorry?
I was gonna say no, that was just me. Mylan wouldn't. Mylan wouldn't do that.
Apologies.
That's
No,
fine.
no dick jokes from Mylan. Okay. Then yeah, he'll just kind of walk over to Mylan and be like, "Oh, you need a little help there?"
No, I need a big help. That's why I nudged you.
So then he will, with one hand, attempt to pick this up.
You do so easily.
Yep.
Almost her with it as she's still holding on to the edge of the rug.
Indeed. Are you coming with?
She'll do a little stylized leap off as he picks her up. No.
Then he will. He'll move the rug where it needs to go.
This rug was covering a very large area. However, it just looks like floor underneath it.
Can we investigate the floor? Maybe do
Like
some
pristine, untouched, unscathed floor.
Yeah, that looks very weird, and very awkward. So I would like to, investigate.
Yeah, you guys can investigate.
investigate.
Like to roll.
Do you want to work with? Do you want to do it separately, or should one of us help the other?
Say, are you good at investigating? Because I'm not particularly.
I have a plus 16.
Then I'll just help you. you go for it. You
Can
point.
I get advantage? So then that's advantage on the check?
Yes, if she is helping you, it would be advantage.
All right. And that's a 33.
Damn. You're like, this floor is too pristine for being in the middle of this, like, forest. It'd be a dirt floor. Why is this floor so pristine?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Why is there no, like, even grass sprouts growing?
Yep.
You won't be fooled by your pristine floor.
So you go to touch it. And your hand passes through it.
Yep.
Floor is a lie.
Illusion magics.
And then you pick your hand out. Then you put your hand back through it again. Then your hand disappears. There's nothing solid on the other side. Your hand just disappears.
Okay. I cast Dispel Magic.
Ooh, interesting.
Is it a portal?
You cast Dispel Magic at what level?
I can only cast it at the 3rd level, unfortunately.
Okay. So a 3rd level Dispel Magic.
Yeah.
That will require an Arcana roll.
Shit. All right. Fuck. I'm not good at this at all. All right. Go Arcana. Oh, I'm going to inspiration that because that's a natural 1.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank God. All right. We're going to hero point that.
Man, you've been rolling good, and then you just, you have your good stats and your bad stats, so.
I do. So
that's right. These characters were created using different rules than your Etheros characters.
All right, so that's a 24.
A 24?
Oh.
Kevon, while they're doing this, you don't see the chief stuff anywhere in this room, really. It's not in here. There's no big chests or anything that would store it, unfortunately.
I just wasn't sure if he just took it off the walls and put it on the floor somewhere or threw it behind stuff or anything like that.
Nope. Now, Nook, you dispel the illusion magic.
What do we
and
see?
A hole.
Does it look deep?
Like a 12-foot diameter hole.
Can we see the bottom now?
Perfect
Is it
circle.
like a pit?
No, not a pit. More like an underground entrance. Like it goes down into something.
A mine.
You can't see the bottom. Well, if you have dark vision, you can see the bottom.
I don't know. I do. 60 feet of it.
Then yes, you can see the bottom.
What's down there? Anything?
Dirt.
Oh, there's dirt down there. We should be safe.
You don't see anything that stands out particularly at the bottom of this opening. You can make a perception check if you would like to try and see if you can make out any details at the bottom of it. It's about
Sure.
you're 40 feet down. So
Sure, I will perceive things. I will happily perceive things. That's a 9 plus 12.
listen, your dice rolls don't like adding your modifiers even on other characters. So 21.
There you go. It's okay. Like how
There's
many?
some kind of moisture at the bottom.
Oh, gross.
It's not just dirt. There's like you see trace. It's faint. It's not like a layer of moisture.
Is it like mud where it has made the dirt just kind of wet?
From this high up, you can't tell in that detail. It just looks wet. You don't know if it's mud or some underwater source is dripping on it, or
The way down
it's not water entirely.
Is it like stairs? The way
No.
down?
There
It's
is no way down.
Okay, so it's just a fucking hole. Okay.
Yes.
Does anyone have a bucket?
A bucket?
Yeah. You throw it down there, scoop some of whatever that is.
Oh, it's not enough to scoop like that.
Well, then you could put me in the bucket and then two
That's
tugs
fair.
if there's danger.
You could. You could
Sorry.
just transform into a bird again and fly down.
How far down did she say that was?
30 or 40 feet.
I'm just gonna hop down there.
You're just going to jump down into this mysterious hole that might be
God.
damp at the bottom.
At least put a rope around your waist or something.
Wait, what? And then he's just
He's
dropping
already
down
done. It's already done. No rope, nothing. The rest of you just watch Nano jump into this mysterious 12-foot diameter hole that Mylan just said is wet at the bottom.
She will prepare a rope.
Okay. Now, Nook, you land with a squelch.
Yeah, so your neck.
Wait, what?
Nothing. What's down there?
Can I light a torch so I can see?
Do you not have dark? You don't have dark.
You also
You
leap
just
down,
jumped
you
into
can't even
darkness.
Jesus.
I'm gonna light a torch when I get down here.
I mean, you go ahead, light a torch.
right.
It's like
I've
a
removed
torch
the
would
torch.
provide bright light in like a 10-foot radius, and then dim light in another 10-foot radius outside of that.
Yep, I've lit a torch. I've removed the torch from my inventory. I've lit it.
When you landed, you squelched a little bit.
Yep.
Like the ground is soggy.
Can I focus? Can I, point the light a little bit down so that I can see what I squelched into?
Sure. Give me 1 second. I need to get the exact details of what you're squelching into. It's a little sticky. It's definitely not water. It's also tingly. Like if any gets on your skin, it's a little tingly.
I mean, I've got the light, so I'm focusing. What does it look like?
Make a history check.
I'm going to hero point that.
You want to know what it looks like?
I do. I just want to know what he's seeing.
It's some kind of goop.
Color?
This one is like a purple, like a violet, purplish color.
Is there a smell coming off of it?
Nope, it's odorless. It does, as you get light closer to it, kind of color shift. It keeps that like purplish violet center color, but then it's the aura around it kind of shifts through prismatic colors.
Mm. Okay.
It's goop. It's not water based.
Yeah, gross. It's gross down here.
Before or after you got down there? I shouldn't do that.
He doesn't respond to that, and he just kind of keeps walking around, trying. Do I see anything else down here?
There's only one way to go after you jump down. Like
Okay.
This hole was dug straight down, so it's a circle, and then it looked like they were digging straight forward from the circle.
Gotcha.
Try and dig through the earth. Bring up a sample.
I will take a little sample into. Well, I don't even know if I had anything to take a sample with.
Scoop it into your water skin or something.
Yeah, you give me your water skin, and I'll put it in there.
I'll just share my water with you.
How long have we been journeying together? Would I trust her to actually do that?
Share my water?
I mean, you were all hired for this job, so you haven't been traveling together long.
No.
I'm sorry. I've thrown you off. Mylan is not Lala. She should not antagonize you like I do.
No.
It's just
No. But you are technically a bit of a stranger. So, it could all just be words to get what you want.
Like I said, she should not be antagonizing you. It's just a habit at this point.
All right, he's going, because I think his water skin's probably only halfway full anyway, so because he drinks a lot of water, so he's going to finish off his water skin, and then once it's empty, completely empty, he will take a little goop into the water skin, and then close it up.
Goop in the water skin.
How are you getting the goop into the water skin?
Essentially, he'll just kind of dip it into the goop. Like once
it's not quite
empty.
deep enough to dip the water skin into the goop. You would have to scoop it or scrape it in somehow.
Okay, so then I will scoop it in, like kind of move the water skin through the goop in order to have it direct into the opening.
Yeah, but you'd have to use like something to force it into the water skin.
Okay, and then I will use the other end of the torch to do that.
Okay. You do so. You get
Okay.
enough. There's some dirt mixed in with it, and it doesn't quite fill the water skin because there's not enough of it to do that.
That's fine. Just need a sample. How far have they dug once they've gotten down here? Can I see that?
Not So if you look at the where you jump down, and then it kind of starts going forward, and then it curves off to the left,
How far?
outside of your vision.
Can I follow that path?
You can for a little bit
I'm going to
before
do
it
that.
starts opening up into some other caverns, and the slime goop stuff gets thicker.
Do I hear anything?
Nope.
I'm going to look back to Mile and be like,
She's not down here with you. You're down here by yourself.
No. She's up there, though. She can hear me, right?
It depends. How far did you go down this cavern?
10 feet?
Yes. She could still hear you. That would only put you at like the edge of where it turns.
Okay. So then I'll say, Mylin, get the leader. There's a lot going on down here.
The elder or the captain?
The elder.
He's still there, right?
Yeah, the commander's the one that's gone.
Right. Okay. So she will offer the elder her arm to step a little closer to the hole.
Okay. And he kind of hobbles up and accepts your arm.
Now, I've got you. She pats his arm very reassuringly.
Now I'm not going to yell up, what is all this?
This wasn't here 3 months ago.
That doesn't answer the question.
I don't know what it is.
Did he have others and work? This seems like a lot for one man to do in 3 months.
Who would know this?
You probably killed them.
They were the only others who came and helped him work?
That we saw.
Someone else has to have some information here.
None of us were allowed in this tent while we were being protected.
What about women? Did he take the company of women in here at all?
He never took off that suit.
I mean, I don't know much about the suit. That may or may not have been a hindrance.
While they're talking, can I climb up out of this hole?
You'd be free climbing.
Mylin was readying her rope. So I just have to tie it onto something sturdy.
The bed?
You can give it to me. And Demi Wildmoon walks up and just grabs hold of the rope.
Okay.
You then also throw it down.
Oh yeah.
Now, Nook, as you start thinking about climbing up, a rope almost hits you in the top of the head.
Oh. Lovely. He'll grab it and start climbing.
Go ahead and make an athletics check, and I'm going to make one for Demi Wildmoon. 27 and 17. Between the two of you, with some like the little bits of assistance that Ophelia and Mylin are able to provide, and I guess Kevon could provide some more ample assistance because he's in there with you too.
I will sit on Demi's feet. That's my hope.
It doesn't take you very long to get up, maybe a minute or so to get up to the top with assistance.
Cool.
How far did
I'm sorry?
What?
she asks? How far did it go? Because
I
at
only
some
went about 10
wandered
feet.
out of her vision. So
Yep, I only went about 10 feet because beyond that, the path starts winding and whatnot. So there's been a lot of work down there. Clearly, something's up. Someone has to know something. And he will give her his water skin. And take a look at that if you want.
I'm not a scientist, but I'll see what I can figure. Does it seem like magical sludge or just
Um, let me look at your character sheet. So you could make a survival check, a nature check, an arcana check, or an investigation check.
survival's definitely my best bet, so
Okay. This will determine the type of information as well as how much you get. Because each one of those would give you different information.
9 plus
So
12.
21.
Yeah.
While not created by magical means, it is not from anything natural. So it is from a creature, but not a creature of the natural world. It could be a creature that has been created,
Like
summoned.
a Feywild creature?
You're not able to determine the origin, but it's from some type of creature that is not natural to this location. It's not like some fish out of water or something.
So,
It is very reminiscent of actually oozes and slimes that you've run into in some caves as a gnome.
slime molds. Interesting. I will run some experiments when I can. Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. Is there?
Do you want to run experiments now?
I don't know if I
Can Naunuk
have
be part of those
faith.
experiments?
Is what?
Can Naunuk be part of those experiments since he's good in investigation?
You can be.
Oh,
I don't know what she wants to, if she wants to run them now or not. It wouldn't take long, just be a couple rolls for experiments.
you can definitely
Whatever you
help.
want to do.
My first thought was honestly to but again, I didn't know if things were available to essentially see how it responds to meat or bone or various stimuli, essentially. Like what happens to it if you give it some. Yeah.
The elder speaks up. We have some food scraps and whatnot, if that would work for your tests.
Absolutely, thank you.
And he kind of yells out, "Hey, bring us some of those food scraps from our breakfast earlier." So one of the commoners leaves and comes back and hands you this plate. There's some animal bone. There's some meat on some of the bone. There's some meat left on the plate. like meat scraps.
Okay. She wanted to probably start with the meat, just use a very thin sliver and put it very near to the slime, see if it moves towards it, and if not, she will push it into the slime and see if anything happens. And
How are you getting it from the water skin to where you're putting it on the plate?
I assume I've never actually physically handled a water skin before, so I don't know if they're squishy or not. My thought was that they're like ketchup bottle, so she would just squeeze it. But if they're not, then I guess like shake it out
Okay.
like a glass ketchup bottle.
Yes. Trying
Give
not to
it the
touch
old
it with your
burn.
hands.
Yeah, because at this moment she's not sure if it's flesh eating or not,
Okay.
as some slimes tend to be.
So you do that, plop a little bit out. Doesn't take much effort. There's some dirt mixed in with the goop. Doesn't react to the meat or anything on the plate.
Okay,
That doesn't really take a roll. That's just an observation.
that's fine. And then that includes like if I actually like push the meat into it, it doesn't like
So if you
sizzle or
push
do
the meat,
anything.
if you push the meat into it, it doesn't sizzle, doesn't like crackle or anything, but the meat does start to change color. And there's smoke coming up from it a little bit
Okay.
for like a second or so, and then it fizzles out and stops.
So it doesn't like is the meat gone after that, or is it just stops?
It's discolored.
It's colored.
It's not gone. Probably wouldn't want to eat it though.
No, I wouldn't. Hmm.
You know that shoe leather texture that you get if you overcook steak?
Yes.
It's like that, but not gray colored.
She looks at Nanak and interesting reaction. But what does it mean? I don't.
I mean, you have some animal skin still on the plate, like from whatever they were eating, and you have bone on the plate. So if you want to try it again, you can.
I will try with the bone next.
Same thing, near it, or are you just plopping this on it directly?
She'll just put it in at this point. I think she's satisfied that it doesn't move towards things that are meat.
It does the same sizzling thing, or not sizzling, smoking thing with no sizzle. The part of the bone that it lands on starts turning this weird, like, grayish purple like color before it cracks and breaks in half. And then the smoke stops.
What was he doing down there that could have created this? Nanak, do you have any other experiments? Do you want to try the skin or something else?
I mean, you've done a pretty good job. You just kind of,
I mean, she's just dropping things in and seeing what happens.
do we have anything interesting in our inventory to drop into? Let's see. I have some oil. Can I pour a little oil on it just to see what happens?
Sure. You know how oil and water separate?
Yeah.
That's what happens. It just kind of beads on top of it.
Interesting. Okay.
And then beads down the side of it and like stays separate. Like there's a barrier between them.
Can I? Did she already try to burn it? I'm sorry?
No.
No, I didn't.
Can I separate a small piece and then maybe like touch a torch to it?
Yeah, how are you separating it?
I will take out my spear and use the edge to kind of
That's a
separate a little bit.
little excessive.
I'm 7 foot. This, things are Spears are normal size, or like people size, normal size.
As you do this and you're trying to maneuver it, you almost whack the Elder and Mylan and Ophelia in the head. Because you're swinging like the back of the spear around. You're not paying attention to where the back of the spear is. You're just trying to control the tip.
Yep, I'm really not. Apologies. Mind your heads.
As you touch your spear to it, it begins to do the smoke thing.
As far as like it's dissipating?
No, like the smoke, what it was smoking, like how it was smoking when something else touched it.
Okay.
But without the sizzle.
Smoke, no sizzle. Okay. Am I able to cut a piece?
And you hear like some tinking a little bit in the metal before the smoke fizzles out. And then you're able to cut a piece of it, yes.
If I look at the edge of the spear, what does it look like now?
It's slightly damaged.
Really?
Yes. Not cracked, but dulled.
Interesting.
Like the heat temper on the edge of the spear was damaged somehow.
Almost like it dissolves metal a bit? Or
you could probably come to that conclusion.
Interesting. And he literally says this out loud. Interesting. Every time. And
Are
then
we still doing the torch?
So not the torch. He will then like kind of on his right hand, he'll use his index finger and he'll shoot a little firebolt at it.
Okay.
At the piece that he separated.
Okay. Give me 1 second. The fire hits it. It smokes a little bit, and then the firebolt fizzles out.
No damage to this substance at all?
Oh, I mean, you assume a little bit happened that because of the smoke, but not particularly a lot of damage.
Would it be go so far as to say it might be resistant to it?
That would be a safe assumption.
Okay. Interesting. Again, let's be interesting. Whatever this is seems to be fire resistant to a degree. And it seems to corrode metal. And he'll show everybody his spear.
It comes from some sort of animal, but not a natural one.
Creature. I said creature.
Sorry, creature.
But you think this is sentient?
No, it isn't a creature itself, but it comes from one.
Oh.
My apologies. We were so shocked that we had saviors that we didn't follow our customs. We're supposed to offer you a meal as visitors to our village. Would you like to join us for lunch as we try to make sense of all that is happening?
I'll gladly take some food.
Surely.
Food sounds great.
Kevon, you would be welcome to play a tune as well for us, since now that you won't be chastised for it.
Oh, I would love to.
It will take us some time to set ourselves back up the way, but if you guys would like to relax or help, you can do so. I'm sure some people would like some help rearranging some of the stuff that they have set up here.
Does your village have any academics?
Unfortunately, not. We're a modest, small tribe. We just kind of keep to ourselves, and we teach our people the way of nature. Not really anything that would be considered traditional academics.
That is honorable, and no cause for apologies.
But come, let's get this midday meal and I guess celebration set up with our new friends. And we can continue this investigation after we have full bellies and rested minds.
Yes. She will kind of like push the experimental goop back into the hole, just kind of like shove it along with something.
Okay. Find a stick or something to help you with that.
Exactly. And then yes, keep the remainder of her sample safe in the water skin.
Okay.
So nobody's skeptical.
With that, where we would normally take a break, we're actually going to call a shorter session for tonight. Thank you all for those who are tuning in. We hope you all have a great rest of your evening. We have a sick player, so we're going to call a short session just to let our players rest. We'll be back here next week with what should be our regularly scheduled program. If not, we'll run more of this. But stay tuned. Make sure you follow us and stay up to date on all of our schedules. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Well, that's a wrap. If you want to catch us live, head over to links.chaoticallybalanced.com, linked in the description below, and follow our socials to stay up to date on our schedule and everything else we have going on. You can catch us live most Tuesday nights at 7:30 Eastern with the links in the description below. You can further support our adventure by visiting our coffee page at chaoticallybalanced.com/support, and you'll get access to exclusive content. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.